Remember when you were a little girl, when you were a little kid, and you were on your bike and you would ride really fast, you would jump the curves, make ramps. I don't know about you, but we used to make like wooden ramps with like a 2x4 and a piece of plywood. We would make ramps and jump the ramps. We would crash and fall. I remember one time I was riding my bike really fast and I crashed off of a curve into some rocks. I was a little kid. I remember I scraped myself up. No big deal. We were fearless when we were kids. And it's a big difference between falling when you're a child to the ground than falling to the ground as an adult. Well, I had one of these experiences, a very serious experience recently. If you follow my stories, you know I had my first big bike crash. So if you're watching me on YouTube, one of my biggest injuries was right here on my shoulder. I didn't break any bones. I really walked away just thankfully with just a bunch of bruises. I mean, not bruises, but like I was beat up, okay, from head to toe. I hit my helmet. I got to get a new helmet. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in this episode. But basically, you can see the swelling and the bruising happening now, but this happened last Sunday. And today I'm recording this episode on Friday. So today I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about me and my story, about my crash. I am going to share a little bit about it. But what I really want to share with you today is I want to get into the nitty gritty about why it's important to make your body crash proof. Okay, ladies? We want to be crash proof. We want to be unbreakable. And today I'm going to go over several irresistible reasons why you want to build muscle and get strong. So let's get into it. First of all, I want to say a little mini apology. It's kind of like sorry, not sorry. And that is about my last podcast episode last week, where I know that most of you probably didn't even notice this. If you noticed this, I really want to know if you did. I'm really curious. But last week, when I did my podcast episode, here I was talking on the microphone, just like I am right now. Funny thing was, somehow technology was not my friend that day, and I wasn't really talking into the microphone. And I didn't know it until the whole episode was over, and it was room sound. So the microphone from my computer is what was picking up the podcast episode. So from time to time that does happen. I'm not perfect. I'm human, and it happens and it happens, and it's like, oh, when it's over, when it happens, and I'm just like, why? I don't like it. Like, I mean, what am I going to do? Record the whole podcast episode over? No, I'm not. I have to, at times, it's like just that self-talk, like, you know what? It was just one time. That's not my norm. So if you're new here and you listened to that first podcast episode and you're probably like, wow, that sounds terrible. Okay, I'm not going to go on. Anyway, sorry, not sorry. Just to show you that I too, when I make mistakes, I just roll with it. Just keep going. Just next time it'll be better. Anyways, let me first of all, before I continue, I do want to say a little plug here, a couple of plugs as I go into this. Of course, for Rock That Fitness, the best online fitness strength coaching for women over 40. Not just any woman over 40, but it's you. If you are a busy, driven, ambitious woman in the workforce, you're taking care of a family, or you're still working in a career, I feel very strongly that you are the woman that I'm really talking to. Just becoming more and more in tune with who Rock That Fitness really helps the best. And so, with that said, I want to let you know, if you don't yet know, and if you've been wanting to get on board with Rock That Fitness coaching, we're going to be opening up Rock That Fitness enrollment. You can enroll to Rock That Fitness coming up here in the spring. You don't want to miss this, so get on the priority list. If you're on the priority list, you're going to have early access and bonuses, whatever those are right now, I don't know, but go to the show notes. Like, stop right now, pause it, go to the show notes, and get on the priority list. This doesn't obligate you. It just puts you on the priority list, so you're first to know, and you are first to decide yes or no it's for you at that time. And you'll learn more along the way as you're getting to know what's coming up when I send you messages in our community. Oh, another side note here, which I guess I should have announced this in the beginning, but I'm real excited to announce that our email community now has a name. I've been going back and forth with you guys inside of the community, inside of my contact list, like, getting suggestions for the name of our community, because I don't want you to just be on some newsletter, some list. You're not. If you're on my contact list, you are a part of a community. We are. Are you ready for the name? You ready? Because I put this poll out last weekend, and I got the feedback, which was really funny. There were 4 names on there. I'm not even going to go into that. I don't remember what they were, but I just remember the one that we are now. The name is Rockstar Fit Chicks. And what's funny is that I love that name because when I was going through my fat loss journey, there was this vision I had in my mind. Like, I want to be a fit chick. I've always wanted to be a fit chick. Here I am in my late 40s, and I want to be a fit chick. Okay. And so on my fat loss journey, I had a vision. I had never seen myself as a fit chick. And when I say fit chick, that vision was of a body, my body, in a fit form, which means not just skinny. No, I wanted to have a sculpted body, a shaped, fit body. I wanted to be able to see muscle definition. I wanted to be, snatched at the waist. I'm not playing. I'm totally going to be real with you. So I had this vision on my fat loss journey that I wanted to be a fit chick, and the fit chick was inside. And I was going to release her. She was going to be free. So every time I would step on that scale, documenting my weight, and taking progress pictures along the way, I didn't let the scale weight ever discourage me, because I knew that if I just kept going, I was gonna get there. I was gonna wherever there was. There was no timeline, no deadline, but the fit chick, she was coming out. This was gonna be like, I'm gonna see who she's there. I just believed. So anyway, that's my story about that. So I love this name, Fit Chick. And I was concerned by putting that as one of the options that it was going to be the lamest choice. Like, nobody's going to want that because women want to be mature, and they're going to think Fit Chicks is immature. That's really what I thought. Because I think I get very misunderstood. Like, I am not immature. Okay. Okay. I love to have a good time. I know I like to have fun and do crazy, silly things, but I am mature. I know I am. And anyways, I put that as one of the options, and it turned out to be the one that, in this poll that I sent out in the email community, this was the name that stood out, and it's the one that got the most votes. And I was so beside myself, so excited. I was so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, these are really my people. Y'all get me. You get me. You're not this person in my head that I conjure up. So, like, keep this up. Keep reminding me who you are, because I think that we have way more in common than I know. And I want to know, like, what else do we do the same? What else do we think the same? Please reach out and share in social media, and all the platforms, and even in our email community, Rockstar Fit Chicks. And if you want to be a part of our Rockstar Fit Chicks weekly digest, whatever you want to call it, Rockstar Fit Chicks Weekly, then get on it. And that's also going to be in the show notes. So pause right now, go to the show notes. You can get on in this community, in this email community. And by the way, I don't sell your email. I don't share your email. I do not spam to your emails. Okay. I don't do that. I'm very personal in there. You will hear from me personally. I will share stories with you, encouraging words with you. I will give you educational things about fitness, nutrition. And you will always know what's the next offer, what's the next thing happening in Rock That Fitness, what can, the next challenge or whatever's coming up. You're always going to be the first to know when you are one of the Rockstar Fit Chicks on the inside, girl. All right. So where was I? Where was I with my story? Oh my gosh. So I wanted to tell you, get on the priority list for the next enrollment of Rock That Fitness. I am going to also be doing, remember I did the Jumpstart Challenge, that 2-week free Jumpstart Challenge last fall. Do you remember that? I'm going to be doing that again. That was awesome. That was a great thing. It was an opportunity for women to come in and actually experience the Rock That Fitness app for 2 weeks. We're going to be doing that. It's going to be a 2-week challenge. I don't know. I'm going to call it Jumpstart something. I don't know. I'm going to have a name for it. I'm working on a name. Okay. I love naming things. Obviously, you can tell. So yeah, all of that. Today's episode is sponsored by Rock That Fitness. Thank you, Rock That Fitness. Thank you, rock stars of Rock That Fitness. Thank you, Rockstar Fitness leadership team, and Rock That Fitness. So let's get back into our episode. So what happened? What happened was last Sunday, March 3rd. This is like a date that's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be carved in my mind or not because I don't remember things like that very well. But it was March 3rd, Sunday afternoon, and I was out on a road bike, cycling bike ride by myself, which I love. I've really grown to love my solo bike rides because there's just a lot of reasons. And I started loving it because during the pandemic, we weren't allowed to ride in groups. We weren't allowed to be around other people in public. And so at first we were all bummed out. I was bummed out. Oh, my group, and I really enjoyed the group riding, which it's not, I never like group riding again. I still do from time to time. But during that time, I really learned to love the solo ride. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. But I was going super fast. I was about 5 miles out on about a 22-mile bike ride that day. I was on a feeder road, kind of off to the side. Not it's pretty obscure. Nobody could really see that section of the road because it's like where the road started to go up to a overpass of a bridge over here in Flower Bluff, here where I live, going over the Oso. So it was right before that, and I was going really fast. I was picking up some speed because the wind was behind me, and I love that. I'm like, I'll see how fast I can go. And I was having trouble getting my gears to kick into gear, and I got hyper focused looking at the gears, trying to figure it out. And before I knew it, when I looked up at the road, I was already heading for the curve. Yes, I was up there about 17 miles per hour. And as you probably know, our brain has a way of keeping us safe or protecting us by blocking things. So I blocked. I'm pretty sure I blocked what happened in terms of like the actual crash. It wasn't until this past week, last couple of days, I've started to have some flashbacks about the actual after it happened, not during. Because I mean, obviously, I closed my eyes. Like anytime something's like that's going to happen, we close our eyes for two reasons. One, it's freaking scary, and two, that's our body protecting our eyeballs. But I remember not waking up, but like I was on the ground and I looked around. I'm like the bike wasn't here with me. I looked behind me and my bike was behind me with the water bottles back there, back there. So I know I got thrown like a rag doll across the ground. I scraped up my right leg. I scraped up my arm. You can see this if you're on YouTube. There's my arm. Should I show you my leg? Should I show you? Okay. Just for the record and on video, here's my leg. There's my leg. Oh yeah. And then you can see there's bruising on my right shoulder. You can see the bruises. And it's still swollen. See, it's still swollen. You can't see my shoulder. You can't see my collarbone like you do on the left side. Anyways, this happened and it was shocking. And I remember instantly I jumped up as quickly as I could. And the first thing I thought was, what just happened? How did I crash? Was my question to myself in that moment. I'm like, how did I crash? And I checked to make sure I wasn't on my phone. And I wasn't. My phone was in my pocket. I'm like, wow, 7 years of cycling, road cycling, and doing all of these videos with my phone. And I was not on my phone and I crashed. The only other times that I've fallen off my bike, not crashed. I don't even call them a crash, but pretty much it's at a stop whenever I couldn't unclip. That was 2 times that I fell pretty much at a stationary position. Boom. And other than that, I haven't. So this was a pretty traumatic experience. But here's the deal. Like, that was a very hard hit. A lot of things could have happened. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so thankful. And I'm thankful to me for my dedication to my health, my fitness, and above all, my muscles and my structured strength training for all these years that has built this muscle and kept me strong. My bones are strong. My muscles are strong. My joints are strong. At the age of 54, I got thrown across the ground off my bike like a child, and I walked away with minimal injury. Oh, and my helmet's got beat up. I need to buy a new helmet. It does have dents. So I have some bumps and pain here on the right side of my head. But this was just, it happened. And I'm not mad about it. I'm so thankful and grateful that I'm okay. I mean, it's like I've said many times, it's not a matter of if you're going to be injured when you have an active lifestyle. It's a matter of when. So let's stay strong and unbreakable. And let's get into this. Let's talk about these things because I really hope that if you're a woman over 40 and you have not been strength training on a structured plan to actually really build muscle and get stronger, I hope this is a wake up call to you of why it's important for you to build some muscle. And it's not just about being toned. Like, I know we love the aesthetics, right? Which I like it too. Okay. We're not gonna lie about it. But we want to build muscle and strength to go beyond aesthetics, to have a real life changing strength. All right. Big time. And let me go ahead and talk about these reasons. I think I have like 6, and I called them irresistible. These are irresistible reasons to start building muscle now. Don't wait another day. Okay. And towards the end of this episode, I have some free resources for you to get started if you want to get started. If you've never done it and you're like, heck yeah, I'm ready. Or if you haven't been doing it in a long time and you need a plan, I got you, girl. So, or go to the show notes. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's there. But irresistible reasons. And sometimes when I'm in the gym, I think to myself, like, why am I doing this? Why am I strength training regularly? Why do I do this every week, a few times a week? Why? And I'm like, I remind myself even in the middle of my training because I want to age strong, because I want to have strong bones and strong muscles, and I want to age strong, unbreakable, right? And so as we age, we want to build muscle because muscle is going to protect our bones and our joints. Maybe maybe you've heard this, maybe you've not, and I know that this is probably for many of you, especially rock stars, of Rock That Fitness, it's just great to be reminded. Like, we can't be reminded enough because we are naturally losing bone density as we age. It's called sarcopenia. So it's going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it is going to happen, and it happens even more so as we're aging and going through the different stages of aging as a woman. I will speak on that in just a minute. But when we are losing this bone density, it's going to increase the risk of fractures and breaks in our bones. It's also going to increase the risks of dislocations of our joints. So strength training literally strengthens your bones, and it's going to reduce osteoporosis, and it's going to keep you strong for life, keep you strong with your bones and your muscles. This is why we want to build muscle. And this is the gist of this entire episode. I'm just going to drive it home, ladies. We need to remember, because after the age of 30, how much muscle are we losing after the age of 30? I know I repeat this. It's on repeat. It's on Anna repeat. Okay. After the age of 30, we're losing muscle at the rate of 3 to 5% every decade. And it continues to decline even more after menopause. And remember, menopause is coming. There's nothing you can stop. You can't stop it. It's going to happen. There's no stopping it. So, and then what makes it even more critical is if this is you, if you have been dieting on diet after diet and you haven't been strength training and you haven't prioritized protein, guess what's happening when you're dieting? Maybe you're losing lots of weight and you love that. But if you're just dieting and you're losing a lot of weight and you're not getting plenty of protein and you're not strength training, then you are without muscle, right? And so what happens is you lose muscle while you're dieting like this. Now you have no muscle mass, and you stop dieting, and then guess what? You gain more fat. You didn't gain any muscle, you gain more fat. And so then you go on another diet, you lose even more muscle mass. And now it becomes a vicious cycle where now you're just going to be fat because you haven't been building muscle and including protein in your diet to maintain whatever muscle you have. So with dieting, it's even worse. I just want to drive that home because I think a lot of women think they just need to diet, and they don't realize how important it is for us to build muscle, to maintain muscle. Okay. So here's my next point. You're going to burn more calories even at rest. I know this is a very sexy point. Oh, look, I'm going to mute for just a moment to drink some water. And last week when I was doing this, muting it, it wasn't really muting, and hopefully it's muting this time. Hang on. Okay. Burning more calories even at rest. I will tell you right now that this point, this right here, this irresistible reason to build muscle was one of my driving factors when I started strength training. I'm like, "Oh yeah, baby. I'm going to be the calorie burning furnace here. I'm going to build muscle and do that." Because here's the truth, muscle is your metabolic gold. Okay, more muscle means that your body is burning more calories throughout the day, even when you're just chilling on the couch like this. Yep, chilling. Or even when you're relaxing in your hammock and swinging around. With that muscle mass on your body, girl, you are a burning, calorie burning furnace. Okay. And that means easier fat loss if you are putting yourself in a healthy calorie deficit, or it also means easy maintenance. When you are maintaining that muscle mass, continuing on a structured strength training routine, maintaining and building muscle, it's going to be so much easier to maintain. Why do you think? Yes, I'm going to say it. Why do you think it's been so? It looks like I'm doing the Megan Trainor song right now. Don't I make it look easy, baby? Because with muscle mass on my body, it has become so easy to maintain my physique. Who doesn't want that? You want to be able to burn more calories just at rest. And another reminder here, right? Because post menopause, we are going to experience continued muscle loss. And then also with menopause, right, is coming the lower metabolism. But the metabolism slowing down is because we don't have the muscle mass to continue the increased metabolism. All right. The other things that why here in this same point I'm going to make continuing here is functional movement, stability, and mobility, balance, all these things. Next point, strength training makes building muscle makes fat loss easier. I just said that. Maintenance a breeze. I just said that. I'm just looking at my notes. And then the more muscle you have, well, I already said this. Sorry. I'm skipping ahead here. Keeping it real, you can eat more food, right? If your body is burning more calories just at rest, that's why you can eat more food. This is why people see that I eat a lot of food. Well, if you look at me, I gotta feed these muscles, girl. These muscles need food. So I do eat a lot of food so that I can maintain the muscle that I have, right? Because muscles require energy. They're burning energy just at rest. I gotta feed these puppies. All right. So you can eat more food when you have built muscle on your body. Um, and again, it's going to make weight loss, fat loss way easier. Do I need to say that again? With more muscle, you can eat more food and still stay lean. It's really kind of crazy. I'll tell you, like being able to maintain this level of leanness all these years myself. Um, I know people think, well, guy, you're just so strict with their diet. I'm not. I don't feel that way. I live a certain way that I've grown accustomed to, and it's not hard. It's easy. It's something that I have built, established this lifestyle for myself to be lean, fit. This is what I love. And you can do this too. And this is why I do what I do. So I can help you girls. You can do the same thing. Okay, next point that I want to make about why you want to be building muscle. Why? Because it keeps you looking firm, right? We don't want to be fluffy. And I know this is kind of more like an aesthetics kind of a thing, but it's going to help you have that sculpted look that I know we just want, right? Otherwise, we're just going to be shrinking with no shape. Shapeless shrinking. We don't want shapeless shrinking as we're aging. And it also makes me think about like more cardio isn't going to be the fix, right? Because cardio alone will not give you that defined, strong, fit look. And what's wrong with having a strong, fit look? That just means you have a healthy, strong look, right? You're healthy and strong, and nothing wrong with that. I love it. I want that. And if you're my people, you want that too. I know you do. We don't want to be fluffy. We want to be firm. Now, I know that's not what defines you as a person, but this is your body, okay? You can do this for your body, what you want. And I remember back in my running days, and I used to run back before I had kids. Right before I had kids, I got into running. I did a couple marathons. I did some half marathons, some triathlons. I got very active, and this was just before I had kids, and that was my thinnest. And I say that was my thinnest because it was pretty much my thinnest, but it wasn't me looking fit. Okay, this is what I wanted. This is my point. I was running a lot of miles, and actually having a lot of trouble with my knees, the joints, because I wasn't strength training. Somebody had mentioned during that time, like, you need to be strengthening your muscles so you can be stronger at running. But I didn't realize, I didn't know it at the time, right? I didn't understand. But I would see myself in the mirror. I would see myself in pictures. I was a runner, 5'6", 136 pounds, and I did not look fit. I remember looking down at my legs and going, why do I not look fit? I run all the time and I'm eating healthy. Well, I wasn't prioritizing protein. I wasn't on a structured strength training plan to build muscle. No, I was what you would consider the classic skinny fat, right? Which I was skinny, but I had fat. Majority of my tissue was fat. There was no muscle for shape, for sculpted look. Okay. So this is what happens as we're aging. Our body composition is going to change, and we will have increased fat, and we will have a decrease in this lean mass that we call muscle. And then the other part of that, like I just mentioned earlier, what happens then? We have bone mineral density decreasing, and we have the higher risk of fractures and bones breaking. This is why we're always so concerned about the elderly, because they're very fragile. And if they fall and break a bone, that's the end, right? It's sadly, that's typically what happens. My next point here is that muscle building workouts. They don't just make you strong, but and you're going to relate to this if you're in the gym, ladies. If you are rock stars and rock that fitness, you're going to relate to this. It improves your mood. It reduces your stress, and it actually gives you more energy to crush your day, to crush your career goals, your family responsibilities, everything else. There is so much to be said for being on a regimen of strength training and building muscle. It's going to improve your overall health, your energy levels. And ladies over 40, we know we have a lot of responsibilities. So why wouldn't we want to be able to make sure we're building muscle, getting stronger, and boosting our energy? And then that confidence that comes from actually building muscle, because I don't know about you, but when I get out of the gym after strength training, after lifting some heavy stuff, there is something psychological that happens inside. It's like, I can do that, right? It just boosts that confidence level. Like, I'm such a rock star. I just deadlifted 225 pounds, man. Like, I did that. I just knocked out, 10 pull-ups. I just knocked out 10 or 7 chin-ups with a weight around my belt, right? Like, this confidence that we're building when we build our muscle and strength in the gym, it's going to, like, this right here is one of the most irresistible reasons to build muscle. It's going to spill over into all areas of your life. You know what I mean? You're going to start feeling more confident. It just happens. It's a psychological effect of muscle building. You get strong physically, you're getting strong mentally and emotionally. Yes, it does impact all aspects of your life. And so, you want to be more successful. You know how I talked about this last week about energy? When you have more energy, you're more successful. This too. You have more strength. Your fitness, your overall health is improved and excellent. Then that's also going to carry over into all areas of your life, your work life, your family life, and everything else, your romantic life. Do I need to go there? Do I go there? You know exactly what I'm talking about. And that leads me into this next point that I want to make, is this confidence I'm talking about, because it will boost your body confidence. You are going to feel more sexy, more confident, not just in your clothes, but out of your clothes. Yeah, I'm going there because this is real talk. And I think for most women, actually, there's statistics that talk about this. Studies have found that like 70 to 84% of women are experiencing body dissatisfaction. So, what's going to happen when we have this feeling about our body? Not a lot's going to happen in the bedroom, that's for sure. No, I'm making light of this, but I'm also just getting real. Like, we want to be sexy. We want to have confidence in our body, naked or with our clothes or in a bathing suit or in a bikini. Like, let's not pretend like that's not something we want. I will tell you from my own personal experience that before I had, and I don't want you to wait until you reach some kind of recomposition goal with your body or some kind of fat loss goal until you feel confident in your body. You don't have to wait till then. You can actually start to begin to feel confident because you know you're on the road there. You are confident and believe in yourself and what you're doing, that you're getting there. You can already feel confident and love your body right now. But it will. Strength training, building muscle, getting stronger is going to boost your confidence mentally, emotionally, and physically. You will feel sexier. You will feel more confident in your body, stronger, healthier. You're going to feel great in your clothes. It just is going to happen. This is psychological. This is scientific. Okay. Building muscle, like I say, it's going to transform you, not just your body, but your confidence. You're going to start loving your skin. You're going to start just radiating in every aspect of your life. And isn't that what we want? Whew, man, that was an exciting point I was making, because if you don't if you have not experienced that yet, I do want to encourage you. I want to encourage you. It's possible. If you don't believe that something is possible, then it's not going to happen, right? You create that reality for yourself. If you're not there yet, just borrow some of my belief, and I can tell you right now, we've got women in Rock That Fitness that are proving this for themselves. It's a great feeling. It's not something that happens overnight, but you can do it. You can. And I want to encourage you to do this for all reasons. Um, I know that for a lot of times we just want to say, well, we just want to be strong, build muscle and be strong because it's good for our health. We don't want to focus on how we look. I know, right? Because we think that's the right thing to say, right? We think that's the right thing to say. I'm just going to be a little bit less filtered these days, and I'm going to say, no, no, you know what? We want it all. We want it all. I want to be healthy. I want to be fit. I want to be strong. I want to be sexy, and I can be all of those. I can choose that. And it's how I think about myself, right? It's really how I believe in myself and how I live and live me. I'm staying here in my lane. It's what I'm going to do. And I can feel all of these things, and I don't have to settle for just one thing. I want it all. I want it all the way to the end. As as old as I'm allowed to get in this life. I want it until I die. Okay. Or until I crash and burn or whatever happens. I'm going to live it. I'm going to live it up right now with all of this, with my muscles and staying unbreakable and strong. I want to be crash proof, crash resistant. And I want that for you too, girl. And you can have that. I'm going to recap this. I'm going to wrap this up. I hope that you got some motivation, inspiration, all the Asians in this today, because I'm totally motivated and excited about this topic of building muscle. So again, I didn't even say this, but I had this in my notes here. Your muscle is your armor. Okay. It is your metabolic booster. It's your secret weapon for confidence, longevity, and what else? Feeling amazing about your body, feeling sexy, feeling strong, all of those things, feeling great in your clothes. You can walk into a room confidently and feel great about yourself. And it doesn't have to be it is not even about what other people think about you. It's how you step into, how you show up, because it's who you are. It's not because you're being validated by the external people and things and events. It's about the confidence that comes from inside of you because of what you know about who you are and what you believe in yourself. And building muscle is helping you do that, girl. All right. I know I was all over the place with this, but I think you get the point that I'm trying to make here. And if you have not yet started strength training, I want to encourage you, wherever you are, it doesn't matter how old you are not too late. It is never too late. It's never too late to get started building muscle and getting stronger. Now, is it a little more challenging? Sure, but what's the alternative? To keep getting weaker, to keep losing muscle? What's the alternative? That's the thing. Like, there's a price to pay. Remember this. And I'm not talking monetary, I'm not talking money. There's a price to pay for not taking care of our bodies. There's a price to pay for not building muscle and getting stronger. The price is getting weaker, not being healthy, not being, all of these. There's a price. So weigh the pros and cons. And remember, it is never too late to get started. So if you want to get started, this was what I was going to tell you. In the show notes, you can grab a 30-day strength challenge, and both options are, you go click on that thing and you can do either the dumbbell and bands 30-day strength challenge, or you can do the full gym equipment 30-day strength challenge. And I do want to challenge you to do that. Now, this is a PDF. So when you get it, right, it's on a page. It's giving you the exact what to do 3 days a week on this strength challenge. But this is the same type of training that we do in Rock That Fitness. But now in Rock That Fitness, we don't use PDFs. We don't use pieces of paper. We have a fantastic, awesome app where we actually deliver our strength training workouts to you on the app. You can log your weights, your sets, your reps, and you can watch your progress over time as you're progressing and getting stronger. You see this because it's logging it inside the app. All your statistics are in there. So, but if you were just getting started, you want to give a taste of Rock That Fitness strength training, grab yourself this free 30-day strength challenge and check it out. So do it. Start wherever you're at. You can start from home with some dumbbells. You can do the gym workout, whatever. What we want to find out is what is the strongest version of you, and keep on going. If you are just doing workouts, random workouts from the internet or whatever, I'm going to be the big meanie. I'm going to be the one to set you straight and tell you the truth. Those aren't going to help you get strong and build muscle. Okay. Random workouts, you're not going to have the desired effect of getting strong and building muscle. You have random results. Like, there's nothing there, right? You got to have a plan and a strategy and effective workout training program to actually build muscle. And that's what we do in Rock That Fitness. So, all right, girl, I just want to encourage you. Let's find the strongest version of you. The strongest version of you is waiting. The strongest version of you is waiting. It's time to build her up. And when you build her up, you're going to be building her up in all areas. You're going to be transforming not just her body, not just your body, but your mind. All right, girl. I love you. I just want to encourage you. Keep up the great work and self-care, right? Self-care, self-love all day, every day, in all the ways. And do I have your word? Good. Rock on.